will get every month 1,20,000. A lot of people are unemployed, stressed, depressed. I want to provide very precise information so that you guys don't get confused. So I will go step by step. So if you miss any part of this video, then you will not be able to understand properly. So on how you can actually come here and work. Hi everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in once again. Welcome back to another new video, and I'm sure you have clicked here because you have seen the title, Study and Earn in Germany After 12, Ausbildung for Nagas. Yes, you have heard it right. But before I even start the video, I would like to tell you a short story about myself. So for those of you who don't know, I came here for my master's studies. So basically, after I finished my master's, the German government gave me 18 months of job seeker visa. So while I was searching professional jobs in my field, I was also at the same time traveling because there are a lot of unemployed youths in Nagaland, the place that I come from. So I thought of starting a project called Help My People, where basically I used to interview professionals or students who are in Germany, who are studying here from India, or it could be from any parts of the world. But ever since I got a job in my field, it was not possible for me to travel every time and do the interviews to the students and professionals. So I came up with an idea to come live stream every Saturday at 4 p.m. whenever I'm available, and anybody who is interested to come here for studies, for work or anything, they can ask me questions there, because I get a lot of DMs asking about studies, jobs and everything, but I am not able to but I also have my own private life, so it's not possible for me to reply to each and every one of you. And in my live stream there are a lot of people, so not only one person but a lot of audience can benefit. So that was the reason behind why I come live stream every week, or if I get time I even come twice or thrice in a week. Yes. So before I even get into the topic, maybe it makes sense for me to introduce myself a little bit. So basically my name is Zantenglo, but it's a little bit difficult for people to pronounce my name, so they call me Zani. I am from Nagaland, India. I'm from the Lotha community, and basically I have two master degree. One degree is from Central University in India in the field of forestry and natural resources, and I came to Germany. So I challenged myself, basically new field, new country, new language. So it was international food business and consumer studies, and that studies was from two different German government university. It was free tuition fee. I'm also a DAAD scholarship holder, and in addition to that I also received a master thesis scholarship when I was writing my master thesis. So I also have idea regarding scholarships. I also have two professional internship in my field, which means I have gathered some professional experience in food quality management, food quality assurance, and I'm currently working as a food technologist. So that's a little bit about me. So now let's come to the point. Yes. Okay, study and earn in Germany after 12, Ausbildung for Nagas. Yeah, so what is Ausbildung? Yeah, there might be a lot of people who might be aware what is Ausbildung. Especially there might be some Nagas who are in Germany. I'm sure they must be aware of this Ausbildung, but also at the same time, there are also a lot of Nagas, right, who are in Nagaland, and a lot of people are unemployed, stressed, depressed, and they have no idea what Ausbildung is. So this video is especially meant for those people, okay? By the way, I have written some notes on my iPad, so I will be looking down. So please, I hope you don't mind. I'm very familiar with what Ausbildung is, but I want to provide very precise information so that you guys don't get confused. So I will go step by step. So if you miss any part of this video, then you will not be able to understand properly. So please give me some time and please try to listen properly, because I will be telling you from the beginning till the end on how you can actually come here and work. I will also be mentioning about the salaries and also about some work professions and how you can apply. So this video, it's gonna be very beneficial. And moila ichai to ase moi the last week 2 weeks bishi moina dimak teman ai thage like kitawa do mohan ini moi ini kiki kam kure dum de kiki kotha boli achana dimak teman ai idu video banawi kuina na isu ro ho pare तो मुला दिमाग ते तुमान आयो ना mo idu video banala intention do ekjun nulwe ekjun youth idu moi kiki ko khan balra hunina idu apply kushi gule do taila future bright hole chances na idu harne mo itu video banas de to awni han kumba manu janya se unemployed ase aro depressed ase aya future ki na ho na enga babi ase kushi gule do awni han idu link bit hange forward kro pare aro moi idu kole thage do that doesn't mean awni han Germany de aina settle growing ya kwan hoy yede kam kurna bi jaw paru awni han na there are like endless of opportunities there acha to Ausbildung ki ase gule do itu do ekta professional training program ase de Germany de na awnian bi jani thago abroad to do monhan aya 18 years 19 years kuina than bishi independent to than independent ki na ho jai than job ki na pai jai to idula rasta da awnian ge coles de so in Germany or in foreign countries unlike India people start working at the age of 18 and 19 and for Indians this is a little bit cultural shock right because in India there are also some people who depend on their parents even in their late 30s also for example yeah so today I'm going to tell you what is Ausbildung. So Ausbildung is a vocational training program in Germany so it includes both the practical and the theory. I am going to explain in a very simple English. So practical it's you will get a training in the company, theory lessons at a vocational school. Okay, and the salaries range from 80,000 to 1,20,000 and this totally depends on what field you choose and what kind of company you go. Okay, so let me give you a salary example of a nurse. For example, if you want to be a nurse in Germany. So for nurse, basically it takes 3 years. But there are also cases where you can shorten it if you already have a work experience or something like that. Yeah, but for that you need to specially contact the companies. Yeah, but normally it's 3 years. So for example, if you do an Ausbildung in nurse, in the first year, you will get every month 1,20,000 plus minus. In the second year, you will get 1,40,000 plus minus. And in the third year, you are gonna get 1,50,000 plus minus. Why I say plus minus? Because that totally depends on how big or how small the hospital is. Is the hospital run by a state or is it run by a government? Or is it run by a church? So the salaries will differ accordingly, okay? And after you finish your nurse training after these 3 years, your salary will start increasing to 2,03,000 plus minus and can even go up to 4 lakhs. If you do some night shift or if you work in the weekends, for example, yeah? So I have already told you about the salaries, so I hope this is a good motivation for you guys who want to come here and start working, yeah? Okay, so now I will give you some points why Nagas should really consider Ausbildung in Germany. So please listen to all these points carefully. So point number 1, government jobs are very, very limited, right? As you all know, and the probability of getting selected is very, very less. So why just stick to plan A, that is the government job? Just say for example, you are stick only with plan A and what if you get average and you don't get selected? Then you stay depressed and unemployed for the rest of your life until you die. So why not make a plan B? Why not make a plan C, D? Because the grass is greener on the other side. Me and Dildi, we last time talked about this. One bottle of water in airport, maybe it costs 100 rupees, but in India in the shop it costs 10 rupees. So sometimes it's also very important to change the place, the location, right? So point number 2 is no university degree is required. It's completely fine if you have a university degree. One of my friend in the university, we were studying together, but she gave up her university and she is currently a nurse. She joined an Ausbildung and she is earning pretty good. She's earning like 3-4 lakhs in a month. She does night shift as well and she works in the weekend, so that's a bonus for her. But you also need to keep in mind that language is very, very important, because if you want to come and work here and want to do an Ausbildung, the requirements is at least B2 German. Some professions ask for B1, but it makes sense to at least learn until B2. And to be on the safe side, it's always good to learn till C1. You will thank me later. So point number 3 is earn while you are learning. That's very cool. And this Ausbildung, they are 100% free training. Plus you get paid every month, which you can cover your monthly expenses. And point number 4 is direct job entry. So many trainees, they get permanent job offers after they finish their Ausbildung, and even if you don't get job in that company that you did, you already have an experience, so you can also apply job in another companies as well. So the opportunity is always there. The point number 5 is pathway to long-term stay if you are interested to stay in Germany. So Ausbildung leads to residence permit. So for example, you have completed this 3 years Ausbildung, and then you have gained some work experience in addition to that, like 2-3 years, then you can apply for residence permit, and in the long run you can even apply for German citizenship. So basically, like for a student, it's like this. Once they finish their studies, they get 18 months of job seeker visa, which I got back then, and after that you get a job. So once you work 2 years in your field, after that you get permanent residence. And after that, if you keep on working, then you can also apply for a citizenship, but it's completely optional. You can also skip that part if you are not interested. And point number 6 is German need skilled workers. Yes, you heard that right. There are a lot of high demand in nursing, IT, hospitality, mechanics, construction workers, elderly care, etc. Okay, now I will tell you some examples of Ausbildung field. So we have nursing, that is called as Pflegekraft in German. The second one could be hotel and hospitality. That's called Hotelfachfrau. Hotelfachfrau is for women, and for men it's Hotelfachmann. And you can also work in elderly care centers, like they are called as Altenpfleger. That's for the So in German, it's like for men, it's Altenpfleger, and for women, it's Altenpflegerin. And you can work in retail sales, for example. So it's called Verkäufer and Verkäuferin. And IT specialist, Fachinformatiker and Fachinformatikerin. And as an electrician, also Elektroniker, Elektronikerin. Chef, Koch and Kochen. So some of these professions, they require B1 or B2, but my personal recommendation, please try to learn at least until up to B2 or even C1 if possible. So the language skills spark in your application already, and you are already ahead of so many other applicants from different parts of the world. So now the big question is, if you have listened till this far, thank you so much. Now you might be asking to yourself, Acha, to kina apply guru? How can we apply? So I'm gonna tell you in detail how to apply, so please don't skip the video and please continue watching. You can apply directly from India. You don't have to come here to Germany especially to apply. So that's a good news, right? So I will tell you step by step how you can apply. So please listen carefully, okay? So the first step that you're gonna do is first apply your passport. That's super important, because even if you get Ausbildung position also, if you don't have passport, then you will not be getting your visa. Yeah, so that's super important and first step. And the second step is learn German till B2. Now you will ask me how to learn German. To be honest, there are a lot of resources in YouTube itself, and I know a lot of people who have learned German on their own without spending any money. Yeah, so my recommendation learning German would be dig internet till the end. Yeah, there are a lot of resources available, and if you would like to ask me, then I would recommend Lingbi. Yeah, because Lingbi is an app where you can download and you just have to watch some advertisement. It's free of cost. It worked well for me. I don't know if it's gonna work for you. So basically there you can just talk to people from any parts of the world who are also learning German. For example, there are people from Egypt as well who are really motivated to come to Germany to do an Ausbildung or to study. So sometimes if you're lucky, there are even some Germans who are really willing to help international students or international people who are willing to learn their language. So they can also pick, and you can, you start speaking from day one. That's my advice. The more you speak, the more easier it becomes. And hearing is also important. For hearing, maybe whatever you are doing in the day, you can just listen. And then Mondly app is an app that I highly recommend. Back then, the company that I worked, they were paying for me so I can learn German language. Mondly app I would highly recommend. It's a paid app, but it's really good. I use it personally, so I know this app is really good. Yeah. And after you have finished learning until B2, then you can appear B2 exam from Goethe Institute. I think their links will all be mentioned in their official website, so you just have to dig the internet till the end and check it out. And the third step is prepare your school certificates. In some cases, translations are required because, for example, if your degree is in Hindi, then maybe they want translation. So you have to contact the authorities, or you have to contact the companies directly if your degree is fitting or not. And fourth step is apply for Ausbildung positions via different portals, and I will give the link in the description below. Yeah, so it's ausbildung.de, makeitingermany.com, or company website. I would also like to give you some personal tips while applying. Well, motivation letter, that's super important based on my personal experience. So far, I have applied for a lot of job positions, for internship or for a full-time job in my field. And what I learned is motivation letter can really spark out. You need to write why they should. See, there are a lot of applicants applying for one position. So why the HR should choose your application instead of the other applications. So your application should really spark, right? So I would request you to really give time and then write it very well, the motivation letter. And also, of course, CV is also equally important, I would say. For me, in all the internship positions and the full-time positions that I got, I always used European CV format, and that worked really well for me. So I will put the link in the description below. If somebody is interested, you can also check that out. About CV, my suggestion is, for example, you on this year you passed 10, on this year you passed 12. So for example, from 2014 to 16, if you just keep a gap, then that doesn't show a good impression to the company. So try to be creative, and in your CV, try to be as honest and as authentic. And then your CV should also be written in such a way, why should the HR select your CV, select you and not the other candidates? So you have to really brainstorm and give time to this motivation letter and CV. Yes, so that's it. And if you have any further questions, then I also come live every Saturday whenever I can, 4 p.m. German time, 7:30 p.m. Indian time. So if you have further queries, then I would request you not to personally DM me, because I'm not able to respond to all your queries, because I also have my own personal life. But I'm very happy to come live and then answer all your queries. And there are some people who have told me if I should open the membership or not, about my channel membership. I haven't done so, but then I'm thinking maybe it makes sense for me to open that so that I get motivation. So if you want to motivate me on what I am doing in this YouTube, then you can of course join my membership once I open it. So that's it for today. I hope you liked it, and if you like it, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye. Cheers.